One is that it's a great way for us to get a feel for what's going on in the community and what the needs and thoughts are of our businesses in the community. It also gives us a role in the conversation about what kinds of changes or what kinds of opportunities we have in terms of the delivery of education and what kinds of education are needed. It also helps us being a part of the policy discussions in terms of what's going on, particularly in the state legislature. And we don't always agree, but not everybody always agrees on the policy committee, but it's a great forum to have those conversations and to educate folks. Obviously, strong communities, benefit all of us and benefits our students. And one of the things we want to make sure is that our students have jobs to go into and that they are trained for those things that are in demand. And, on an incubator, you get some idea from entrepreneurs of what kind of things are developing and emerging. So there's a good opportunity for us to do that. So I find it, it's done a good job of trying to identify what are the key things that need to happen in order for a community to thrive and grow. We need entrepreneurs. We need to have well-educated folks at all levels, and the fact that they're engaged in supporting leadership development. It's really impressive, actually, how much that it does. I would say our contribution, and if I were to weigh what resource, it's really a lot of time and personnel. I have multiple people engaged in the chamber, engaged in a whole number of discussions. A lot of what there have been some years where all I ever do is chamber stuff outside of what goes on at the college, and that's important because there's no way for us as an institution to really understand what's going on without forming relationships with people and with businesses. And the chamber gives us an opportunity to do that. I know that in the economic development plan that the chamber put together 4 or 5 years ago, they were also building on the relationship that NWTC and UWGB have built with each other. We call our interactions crossing the bridge, because as you know, we're on the west side of the river and they're on the east side of the river. But at any rate, and that's important, and that plan actually was building on that relationship that we had, even though since that plan was done, we now have a new chancellor, but I think he's just as engaged, if not more engaged, in the goals that we had in that plan. So those are the kinds of things that I would absolutely stay engaged in. Well, when you've been here for 25 years, pretty much there isn't a whole lot that will surprise you as to what the chamber is involved in. But thinking back, I can tell you that I was extremely impressed and continue to be impressed with the involvement that chamber has in education. You don't see that all the time, and there are a lot of businesses that are engaged in partners in education.